epic. Today I'm going to be reading a nonfiction book about an animal that I find absolutely fascinating. We're going to be reading Amazing Animals, Seahorses. Before we begin, I want you to take a moment to think about what you already know about seahorses. I feel like I've got a pretty good list in my head. You take a moment, pause the video if you need to, and you think of all the things that you know about seahorses. Then we'll see if we learn something new in this book. Let's go. Seahorses are not horses at all. They are fish. There are more than 50 kinds of seahorses, and scientists are still finding new ones. So lined seahorses and Pacific seahorses are just two kinds. A seahorse's body is long and thin with small fins. It has a long snout and big eyes. The seahorse uses its long tail like a hand. It grasps sea plants, or corals. Seahorses can be many colors. Some seahorses can even change color. This helps them blend in with their surroundings. The small fin on a seahorse's back flutters up to 35 times per second. And corals, or tiny sea animals with tube-shaped bodies, their skeletons harden to form coral reefs. The biggest seahorse can grow up to 13 inches long. And the smallest seahorses are the size of a bee. Seahorses swim upright, and this makes them slow. Some can swim only about 5 feet in an hour, or 1.5 meters. One type of pygmy seahorse is about 1.1 inches long. Aww. Most seahorses live in the ocean. They like warm, shallow water. Many live in areas with lots of seagrass, and others live on coral reefs. Seahorses hang on to coral and grasses with their tails. Coral reefs are ridges of rock in the sea made by the skeletons of coral. And shallow means not deep. Seahorses eat zooplankton. They can eat more than 3,000 zooplankton a day. Seahorses have no teeth, and they suck up zooplankton with their snouts. Some zooplankton are so small they can be seen only with a microscope. You can see here. Zooplankton are tiny animals that float in the ocean and other bodies of water. Female seahorses do not have babies. The males do. Fry, we can see here that fry means baby seahorses. Fry develop in a pouch on the male's belly. He may carry hundreds or thousands of young at a time. Newborn fry are tiny and almost clear. They live on their own. Only a few survive to adulthood. Seahorses live 1 to 5 years. A male's brood pouch holds the eggs while they change into fry. Fascinating. Most seahorses live alone or in pairs, but some live in groups called herds or colonies. Seahorses do not move far from where they were born. Here we see long-snouted seahorses may move to deeper waters in the winter. Ooh, interesting. Seahorses spend their days clinging to plants or coral with their tails. They stay still. This way, predators like fish and crabs will not see them. The seahorses snatch any zooplankton that float by. Pacific seahorses do a good job of hiding in the Sea of Cortez. Predators are animals that kill and eat other animals. Seahorses are hard to spot in the wild, but lots of aquariums and zoos keep seahorses. It can be fun to see these odd-shaped creatures up close. Seahorses may not have scales like other fish, but they do have gills. A seahorse story. Why is a seahorse a fish? People in Mexico told a story about this. Long ago, all animals wore clothes. Seahorse was a land animal then. One day, he played a prank on the other land animals, and the animals chased Seahorse towards the sea. Seahorse pulled off his sandals. He looped them around his belt, then he ran into the water. Seahorse grew small fins where the shoe had been. He became a fish. So which of those facts about seahorses did you already know, and which of them were new information to you? Think about it. Bye.